The Distinguished Service Award is the preeminent service award which the school bestows upon members of our community. Since its inception in 1959, the Distinguished Service Award has been given to individuals who have shown through their actions an exceptional measure of devotion to Williston Northampton School. This year, we're pleased to recognize Ed Hing, class of 1977. A proud member of the class of 1977 and a Cum Laude Society member, Ed Hing returned to Williston Northampton School to become a transformative force in the visual and performing arts here. Over the course of his 27-year tenure, Ed has been a distinguished faculty member, mentor, coach, and creative visionary, inspiring generations of students through his teaching, leadership, and artistic passion. During that time, it's estimated that Ed has taught approximately 3,564 classes for Williston Northampton students during his time here. Yeah. Before returning to Williston Northampton, Ed spent over a decade as a partner at Hing Norton, Inc., a New York City-based commercial photography studio. His work, including a portrait of Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, reflects his remarkable talent and professional success. Ed taught a diverse array of courses, 5 in photography and 2 in video, and co-taught both AP 2D Studio Art and the Williston Scholars Visual Art Program, nurturing countless students' creative talents. He served as the faculty advisor to the Film Club and played a foundational role in creating and coordinating both the Williston Photographers Lecture Series between 1999 and 2025, and the Williston Film Festival, which is now in its 16th year. His commitment extended well beyond the classroom. He served as a dorm parent in Memorial Hall East from 1997 to 2009, and he coached skiing for 21 winter seasons, leading his teams to 3 New England championships. Ed also supervised the Arts Intensive program more recently, continuing to guide and support student artists with dedication and care. A true global educator, Ed led summer photography trips abroad from 2000 to 2014, bringing students on immersive artistic journeys to Italy, China, India, Vietnam, Laos, Mexico, Thailand, Cambodia, France, and beyond. His daughter, Emma Hing, class of 2013, is also a Williston graduate. And as Ed Hing retires, his legacy of creativity, mentorship, and global perspective will continue to inspire future generations. It's our great honor to present the 2025 Distinguished Service Award to Ed Hing, class of 1977, in recognition of his exceptional contributions to the academic, cultural, and student life at Williston Northampton School.
Hopefully this is the last speech I'll ever have to give. All right, thank you to Williston for the honor of receiving this award. I guess the question is, as David Byrne once said, how did I get here? So there are 3 phases that I'll highlight. The first is the beginning, before Williston. In middle school, I was a scrawny kid, few friends, bullied a little bit, and I spent a lot of time in our basement, and I needed to get away from that. A friend of mine was at Andover, and he said he loved it, so I thought, well, maybe that would be something to investigate, but it was past the admissions deadline, and so somehow, I'm not quite sure how we found Williston, but I applied and arrived in East Hampton in September of 1973. Boarding was a culture shock to me. I grew up in the back end of a Chinese restaurant in New Jersey and had no idea what bean boots were or where the Cape was. I wasn't an athlete. I was a mediocre student, but I was interested in photography. The keeper of the darkroom was Bob Couch, and I started working on the yearbook. Bob was beyond patient with me, and we hung out quite a bit together, him showing me how to do what they do in the darkroom. When winter sports season came along, I didn't know what to do, and Couchy suggested crazily that I play goalie. I think part of it was that I could ice skate, and nobody was crazy enough to do that, so onto the ice I went. The thing is that no one had ever believed that I could be any good at a sport, and Couchy said I could be, and so that was huge. Bob would become my math teacher, my dorm parent, and my mentor. Senior year, he arranged an internship with an alum, Alan Epstein. I can't remember the class. And he had a studio in Holyoke, so every day I would get on a bus and go to Holyoke and play photography in the afternoons. Couchy believed in me, and so getting me the internship was a huge first step. And I think that the confidence that he gave me to pursue my passion allowed me to have the nerve, the chutzpah, to go to New York City and look for an internship with a box of black and white prints of rocks and trees. And that happened. Summer after Williston, I interned in New York, and that changed my trajectory deeply. Step number two. So eventually, Janine and I ended up in New York working in the advertising world. And alumni connection. We came up for a couple of the career days that we used to do. So alum would come up, talk to students, and share their experiences. On one of the intercession trips that Bob took, he invited us to come to Nantucket and be guest artists. And it was pretty cool to think that you could have a job where you got to travel, hang out with kids, see what they're thinking, take pictures. It was quite an eye-opener. One night at dinner, being kind of a wise-ass New York guy at the time, I asked Couchy, so when are you going to retire? And he replied, oh, why? You want my job? And I said, well, call me when it's time. And that call came in the spring of 1997. Couchy called me and said, hey, I'm going to retire. Do you want my job? And I said, and he said, you need to come up and just interview, see what happens. And I came up and I interviewed, and Karen O'Neill called me and said, hey, the job is yours if you want it. And Janine and I talked about it. We had just adopted our daughter, and it was time for a change. And I thought, you know, if I could give back and affect one kid's life, just one, like Couchy did mine, that would be worth it. And so up we came. And step number 3, 27 years later, I am happy to say that I've been able to live a life pursuing my passions, actually, thanks to both my student life and my career here at Williston. I smelled stop bath every morning. I've clipped the shutter thousands upon thousands of times. I've traveled to countless countries, eaten who knows what while doing so. I was able to ski every day as part of my job description. And I've seen alumni working on major films, exhibiting in museums, even winning a student Oscar. Quite nice, right? Thank you. In terms of the impact that I've had, I would encourage you all to go walk the halls of Reed. Our lab technician, Julia, crazy as she is, she took all of the pictures that were hiding in all the various corners of the lab from alumni over the past 27 years and put them up on the walls of Reed. So there's 27 years of alumni photography hanging up in the hallway. And walking through the halls the other day when she finally got them up there, it's like, wow, just wow. I don't have words to really describe how that made me feel. To see all of the artistic life that everybody was able to share with me and with the community on the walls. Please take a look. It's pretty amazing. So again, thank you to the school for all that you've given me for this award. And if you want to chat, because I know there's not a lot of time, I will be back over in Reed this afternoon. But everybody from here to there and come check out the work, come say hi, and thank you very much.